The 13th hour has nearly arrived. Our guests will be arriving tonight. A wide, rotten-toothed grin spreads across the woman's face. Go, my sister. Find them for us. Hi, everyone. It's Monday. It is time for a little bit of Fountains of Vesipisara. I'm Melissa, your DM for the evening, and these are my wonderful players. Say hi, wonderful players.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, it's episode 7 of Fountains of Vesipisara, which is crazy. How are we already this far into this? I don't know. Everything is ridiculous. But we have some announcements before we get started with tonight's episode. Starting with assets that I use. We have, you'll notice the lovely character art around the frame done by Patsy, who I think is that way. Maybe that way. I don't know. So thank you for those, Patsy. Overlays done by behind the scenes producer Dev. We have maps by Incarnate, tokens by 2 Minute Tabletop, and probably other stuff that I have forgotten. Everything else made by me, because that's how D&D works. Other announcement would be no Dungeon Sphere until April 6th. We are on hiatus for a little bit, but we will be back on, nope, what did I say? December? I don't know what I said. Whatever I meant to say, it was April 6th. We will be back with Dungeon Sphere. So, did I? I say things without, when I don't have them written down, it immediately leaves my head. So, in any case, watch that. Does anyone else have announcements? Should ask this before we go live. Okay, cool. So we will get started then. So, previously on the Fountains of Vesipisara, our heroes in Vesipisara to request help of Bimini to help de-age Zenus and Eror followed a mysterious message to a trap-filled tunnel leading to an arcanely locked portal. Through the portal, Glimmer and Roswell were bonded with a sentient staff and shield, Suri Yastava. The sentient weapon told Glimmer and Roswell that they were chosen to save Vesipisara and the world, though Suri Yastava did not yet have their full capabilities, and it would take time to wake up. They did, though, have a sense of where the dead area Janice had sent the group to find was. Led by Siri, the dead zone came into view, guarded by a pair of wind weasels that demanded the end not be disturbed. After dispatching one, Zenus was able to see clearly into the dead zone and saw a lanky man in a jewel-toned cloak grasping the outstretched hand of an elderly dryad before disappearing. After investigating the dead zone, the group ported back to Waterdrop Village to reconvene with Janice. However, after a few choice words, Glimmer and Zenus headed into the woods searching for Timothy, the mysterious rabbit folk teen, while Eror and Roswell questioned Timothy's super suspicious dad. In the wood, though, Glimmer and Zenus found Vanilly's wayward father, while Vanilly remained at the end and heard a haunting song. And
Vanilly
that...
didn't sleep. Vanilly didn't hear anything.
Oh, Vanilly heard it.
Vanilly napped.
In her sleep. Heard it. And I'm retconning a little bit. Vanilly heard it. Most rest of the people in the town, not so much. Except for maybe a few others. Who knows? We'll see. But that is where we pick up today. So, Zenus and Glimmer were at a little lean-to fort burrow type thing, and found, oh dang it, I didn't pull in the name so I can remember how to say it. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I have it. What's his name? It's called Graldir. You found Graldir Hellcrawl. I can't actually say Vanilly's last name. Look at me being such a good
Hellcrawl. Wait, I don't know if that's how you pronounce my dad's last name.
Okay, good. It's not just me.
Wait, let me go look up what my dad's name is.
What was the first name?
Well, wait, give me a sec. I have to look it up.
Graldir.
No, yeah, oh yeah, Graldir, that's it, yeah. Growl, dear hell, growl.
Growl. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the W comes before the A, so it's not hell crawl, it's hell growl.
Growl.
I thought you'd appreciate that, Melissa. Weird dwarf names.
You are correct. Okay. Glimmer and Zenus came across Growl Deer Hellcrawl in the wood after following path. What would you like to do?
I'm still time to wake up, Mr. Vanilly's father. Let's go.
And
The
yes,
time
as
for
you're
sleeping is over.
as you are saying that, he sits up slowly and kind of looks at you, Glimmer. You're Vanilla's friend, aren't you? No, that's not his voice. Sorry.
My dad's not Texan.
No, I can't
love
actually
your accent.
I'm trying for stereotypical dwarf, but I can't actually do that.
Rough dwarf voice. You guys all know it.
Yep. That's what I'm doing when I'm talking in this voice. But he looks at Glimmer. You're Vanilly's friend.
Yes, actually, she is here with me. Not currently with me, but she is in the vicinity. And you need to go and see her because she is very distraught at how long it has been since she has seen you. And I think it would help her a lot if you would just go and say you're sorry for being gone for I don't even know how long. It is not right to leave a little girl alone in the cottage for however many days it was. I think 5, but I don't know.
She's also running out of breakfast.
Yes, she's a hungry little girl. Go feed your daughter.
He kind of looks down and pulls a blanket, and you see a badly mangled leg.
Oh, my stars.
He goes, I'd love to. I'm a little stuck here for the moment.
Absolutely. It looks like you're in quite a predicament. Sorry, I don't believe we've met. My name's Zenus.
And he goes, Graldir.
Very nice to meet you. Glimmer and I stay in the ruined tower back in Hilmlodir. Her because she can be, because I have nowhere else to go.
And he goes, oh, it's very nice to meet you. I assume you've been taking care of Vanilly then for me?
Yes, we have been. That Eror, that Vanilly's friend.
Yes,
He's been assisting us, and then it's us two, and then we also have another friend of ours that we've all been kind of looking after Vanilly, making sure that she's safe.
And he kind of nods. Good.
Who's been taking care of you, though?
And he kind of looks, well, Timothy's been helping.
Oh dear.
He couldn't have. Oh. Okay, that'll be interesting.
I have a small question.
Mm-hmm.
2 questions. Do you have a proclivity for turning into and making yourself look like Timothy? And during an escapade while you look like Timothy, is that how you hurt your leg?
He says, no, Timothy's this rabbit boy. He stumbled across me. I don't even know how he got here. The colors are all wrong. It's so weird.
You're in Domain of Delight in the Feywild.
What a domain of delight! I like this.
No, it's the name of it. It's one of those things we don't necessarily explain, but you're in Vesipisara, dear.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Just extension of the Feywild, ruled by a creature named, well, not a creature, an archfey named Bimini.
Oh, that would explain. Timothy brings me these skins of water.
It's a lot to deal with. I understand the Fae aren't necessarily known for their subtleties.
He goes, yeah, it's interesting. He said that drinking this will make me feel better, but he said it normally goes a lot faster. But I don't know, it's interesting. Give me perception checks.
Ooh, that's a dirty 20.
Where are my checks? Hold on. Why? This is like showing up differently than usual, and I don't get why. Okay. $20.
Oh wow. Double 20s. You guys are good this time. Excuse me. Yeah, as you are talking to Graldir, you hear a noise coming towards the fort.
I don't have anything to.
I don't have any spells. Well, I have one spell, but I want to save that just in case things go south. Zenus will like motion for Glimmer and him to hide.
Okay.
just like maybe not. No, I'm just gonna say, were you expecting anybody to Growler or Graldir?
I mean, yeah, Timothy comes by pretty frequently.
Alrighty. If it's just Timothy, then Zenus, instead of hiding, he'll just poke his head out of the fort.
Yeah, and you see Timothy walking up.
Oh, hi, Timothy. I came on my own. Well, not on my own. I have my friend Glimmer. Would mean no harm.
Yeah, because he looks like he's about to turn tail. Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, so rolled a 7, but because of my feature silver ton, I get to treat that as 10, so a 19.
Jeez.
I'm good at talking to people.
Yeah, he looks very tentative and is kind of slowly okay.
You know that young girl that's back in town, the one that's been chasing you and I've been assisting? She shot you, which is a very unfortunate thing. I do apologize.
And he kind of rubs
for
his
that.
side.
I do apologize greatly for that. I would have healed you had I been able to catch up to you, but unfortunately, I'm a very old man.
As you can see.
As you can see by my gray hair and cane.
Well, I was wondering when you guys are going to come.
Oh, we were trying to. There are several different issues related to that Janice was hoping that we'd be able to assist with.
You also did not make it easy by running away.
That either. I would have just preferred to talk it out, but things happened the way they did, and now we can move forward. Anyway, Vanilly is.
And he said, "You didn't tell my parents where I am."
No, we didn't tell them where you were. Your father was trying to get us to locate you, but I don't think he was anywhere near here, and I won't reveal where you are if you don't want us to. I understand how weird families can be.
I would rather you didn't.
Well, you always need a safe place to hide in families such as that.
Yep.
All
He goes, well, I have I've got some water for Mr. Helkrell. So I'm going to give that to him.
He was just telling us that you've been having a bear of a time trying to heal him.
The fountain water is supposed to fix people.
Is that where you've been getting it from?
Yeah.
You know where is all of this the fountain water? Or do you know where the fountain is?
It's tricky to get to, but I do know where it is. Though I think I must be doing something wrong because it's not doing what it's supposed to.
If you don't mind my asking, it's a little bit off topic. Why are you keeping Vanilly's father in a fort out in the woods? Why is it important that he's kept secret?
There's been talk of Vesipisara dying, and it started when he came.
I kind of side-eye Vanilly's dad. What did you do?
Did you say that out loud?
Really, really quietly.
He goes, I didn't do anything.
Were you even conscious?
I don't even know how I got here.
Okay.
That would what is your last memory?
He goes, I was looking for and he kind of gestures. He's got like this pile of stuff just on the floor. Because I was looking for fun things for Vanilly. And then something hit me from behind, and all of a sudden I was here.
Zenus, do you remember Doran was left on his own in the tower because all of the other mages were going to the convention, and you were on your way to the convention as well, yes?
He says, no.
No?
The mages don't particularly invite me to things.
Oh. Well, then where were you going?
I was just looking for fun things for Vanilly.
Did Doran tell Glimmer and I, like, that? Or was that just what he... Because Vanilly was the one who told us that, right? No,
I
Vanilly
thought
didn't.
somebody said that he was going to the convention.
Maybe we just filled that information in ourselves.
You guys
Honestly,
said there was a mage convention, and Vanilly said her dad was a practitioner of magical arts himself.
We jumped to conclusions.
We connected the dots.
Yeah, Vanilly's dad's note that she has, her stage note from her background, it's her dad just telling her to be safe and have a nice time.
Oh, okay. So that makes more... That was what I was trying to figure out. Cool.
Yeah, my next question was going to be like, where are the mages then?
Well, I was like, somebody's impersonating him. No. Interesting. Alrighty.
And what did you do to your leg?
So I don't know. When I woke up, it was like this.
Since we know your daughter didn't shoot you.
Can I look at his leg? Like, and is it just like does it look like a wound, or does it look like a bigger thing? Would that be a medicine check, maybe?
Yeah, give me a medicine check.
Okay.
A wound the size of a bigger wound.
7. Which
7.
A wound the size of a bigger wound. Is...
If it's
perception, bleeding.
If it's perception, can I help him? I have.
It's a medicine.
It's medicine.
Yeah, I don't have that. Nope.
I think.
God,
I think
if
the
only
only
our
person...
main competent healer was there.
Yeah, if only.
Roswell.
If only the person literally trained in medicine.
Oh well.
So you're looking at it, and his leg, like, it's not just like a normal wound. There appears to be some sort of magical something going on, but you don't know what.
Yeah, Timothy's been dumping rotten fountain water on my dad. I'll rot his pig off.
Giving him gangrene.
If there's one thing I know about medicine, it's that stagnant water will cure anything.
Oh,
So infected now.
yeah. Zenus kind of makes a decent show of looking at the leg and several thoughtful pauses and yeah, I have no idea. Why don't we take you back to Vanilly?
Oh yes, can we move you? Are you okay to be picked up?
Or do we need to
Timothy gets sort of why he goes, I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh, why not?
Just doesn't want to get shot again.
That'd be fair.
He goes, all the bad stuff started happening when he got here. How is the town going to react?
Well, do they know when he arrived here?
No.
So you can just say that he arrived at a different time than that he actually arrived. That's big brain thinking, Timothy.
It is true.
Glimmer looks dead into the eyes of the teenager and says, lie to your parents.
You're hiding from them. There's obviously no respect happening.
You might as well go full Monty. I think Zenus thinks about it for a moment and goes, well, why don't we, Glimmer and I, go to Janice? We can talk this out. It might be another clue. If we talk to Janice, we're able to get back here, where somebody stronger than Glimmer and I are able to help assist your father back, or not your father, to grow out. You know, normally I'm much more eloquent. My old age is failing.
Yeah, as if Glimmer even tried to pick up Growler, is a dense dwarf. Very
Yeah.
heavy.
A heavy door.
I have a +2 to strength.
I mean, if we want to do this, I can cast Enhance Ability with my last second level. He's
just very heavy. So
okay.
Not only is he part dwarf, he's also part dragon. So that's also really compressed.
You're a rather solid fellow. You're stout.
Right. Okay.
All right. Well, let us bring Vanilly back. Maybe you guys can have a conversation on the way. And Timothy.
Yes.
You do not really have a good relationship with Vanilly, and I don't think that that's unfounded. So, maybe this time we try and make a good impression for Vanilly, who is under a lot of stress, missing her father, and now she will find him mangled on the ground in the cold, being tended to by who is currently her archenemy.
Instead of running away from her because she hates that, sprint directly at her.
I think Zenus would turn to him and it's like, if it makes you feel any better, we fought just before we Glimmer and I walked into the woods. So if she's gonna be upset with anybody, it's probably you first, but then me. So I could always stand in front of you if that, has a little bit of protection.
You are old. You might not survive.
Oh, it's fine if I don't survive all that. No, wait.
I mind if you don't survive.
Well, you would like me to survive. That is true. I would also like me to survive. Indeed. What would you do without me?
Exactly.
All right. So maybe, Timothy, you do have to stand in front of me. I am an old man, after all.
Just keep your hands where she can see them, and
or
it
maybe
will be okay.
Or maybe just let us talk to Vanilly. You can hide, because you're really good at that. And we'll slowly reintroduce it.
Like that cat.
Yeah, just put him in
We'll
two separate
introduce
rooms
you
with
from
a
the door first.
Yeah.
I'll bring in an item with their scent. Yeah.
Lots of treats.
I'll make
He-
cupcakes.
he goes, I wasn't trying to be mean.
No, of course not. But that's how it came across, unfortunately.
Everyone knows that the best way to make friends is to run away from someone.
It's really a sign of affection.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're a dog, dogs love that shit.
He's a rabbit. Come on, now.
Little
What do you
little
expect
girl
him to do
so much.
Yeah, so you guys are doing that. We're back to town. People in town. Eror in Roswell and Vanilly who's taking nap. How's it hanging?
Should we go check on her? Because how much time has passed, actually?
Yeah, how long do
It's
kids
probably
need to nap for?
It's probably been like an hour. It's getting to be kind of like, well, it's like eternal twilight, so that's not actually changing, but you feel like it's been quite a day, and it's getting close to, the end of the day.
So this counts as a short rest for Vanilly.
Yes, please.
Should
I mean, I
go-
guess we should wake her up.
Yeah, because otherwise she's gonna be awake for the rest of the night, I feel like.
Yeah. Should we bring her food or something? Does that calm kids down?
I feel like that wouldn't hurt.
All right.
Rather than just waking her up and having nothing there with us.
So you're gonna get Vanilly some of the in food that's the random colors.
Yeah, whatever tastes the most like sugar. It's like a jar of frosting.
Nothing better to calm a child down than to give her a sugar high.
We got you a jar of frosting and a spoon. There you go.
Cool.
That way, when she sees Timothy, she could stab him with the spoon and then use the frosting as smackle to hide his body in the walls.
Not that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you guys are doing that. Vanilly, as you are sleeping, well, you hear in the back of your mind that the music, the song, but as that's going, your unicorn mom shows up.
Oh shit, that's my mom. In my dream or in the physical room?
In the dream.
Oh, in the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, it's been such a long, hard day. I just want to go home. I can't find Dad, and I'm really sad all the time. And I'm really mad all the time.
Puberty.
I mean, that's not far off from what she's thinking, but yes. She says, my darling daughter, this is all for you. And she says, and she kind of flips her head back. Hop on.
Okay, I do.
Okay. And you kind of float around the whole of Vesipisara, and you're seeing the water everywhere. And you're seeing the dead zone in the corner. And she goes, she says, life is not going to get easier. She says, She says, Bimini has been watching. She's been helping me see how you're doing.
Well, she's been watching and helping, then why can't we find her? If we could find her, we could just make things better for everyone. I don't want things to get harder.
That's not something you really get a choice of.
That doesn't seem fair.
Not a lot is.
That's bad.
It is sad. But what matters is how you react to these sad things. If you let them make you sad, make you angry, make you lash out, then what does that say of you?
I'm a bad person.
Not a bad person. But you need to learn how to temper your emotions.
I don't know how to do that, though.
Well, that's why you're here, to learn. You can't, if you don't practice, if you don't do, then you will never get better.
Okay, I'll think about it.
And you guys kind of fly around, and you see all things, and you see deep in the wood the lean-to fort, though you don't see anyone in it. She said, you probably want to go there. As you're watching it, it does not stay in the same spot. It kind of moves around. She says, your friends know how to get there.
Okay.
And eventually circle back and fly back to the inn room. And you I don't know, are Eror and Roswell knocking on the door, or are you just walking in?
I mean, I would knock. I wouldn't
Yeah,
walk in.
Yeah.
Okay. You awake to a knock on the door.
I hug my mom before I hop off,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess with the knocking of the door, I'd wake up.
And as you wake up, that song is stuck in your head a little bit. It's just kind of lodging itself in there, though you're not entirely sure why. Yeah, the door, and knock on the door.
I'll rub my eyes. I'll go up to the door. Can I see through the door?
Currently, no.
Okay.
Knock, knock, knock. Hello. Are
Who
you
is
in there
it?
having
I'm not supposed
revelatory
to open the
dreams?
door.
It's us. It's Roswell and Eror. We have.
It's strangers.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
You're talking to us right now. You failed the
Oh
test.
no! I open the door.
Nailed it. I got you frosting.
Ooh, frosting. Is it a weird color? I guess frosting can be any color, so it can't really be weird.
Frosting in our world are always fun colors, so it is just clear.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like clear gel.
Yeah.
Gross.
I know it looks like
Okay.
hair gel, but it's frosting.
I'll take your word for it. I'll grab the frosting gel in the spoon.
Cool. So, go ahead.
Oh, are you feeling any better?
Yeah, I talked to my mom. She said I have to learn lessons and
A horse?
temper emotions.
I mean, that is a part of growing up, I suppose.
She said things are only going to
Unfortunately.
get harder, and I don't want that.
Well, I mean, some good advice about life in general.
And Vanilly will walk back over to the bed with her can of frosting, humming the tune to the song.
Cool. So yeah, as you guys are doing that, probably another I don't know how long Zenus and Glimmer do you think you stayed at the fort before you left?
I wouldn't imagine super long.
Too terribly long? Yeah, okay. So probably like 45 minutes, then later you guys walk back into town.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to go back to the hotel room? I don't know if we can travel this late at night. I mean, it's just, I think we've had a long day, and it might be easier if we rest up and do it in the morning. I think we can tell Vanilly we found a clue, or we found a trail. I don't know. She didn't seem too keen on surprises, so
No.
maybe we just tell her we found her dad, but it's too late to be adventuring for the day.
How late is it?
It is getting to be probably 8, maybe 9-ish.
Okay.
Relatively, yeah.
So then I would expect that we like told Timothy and Graldir that we'll be by in the morning and that we're not coming back like immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna-
Timmy says, yes, that probably makes sense. It's not great to travel in these woods at night.
Right. So then, if that's the case, I'm gonna go talk to Timothy's father if I can find him.
I thought we
And-
promised that we would not reveal Timothy's location.
Oh, I'm not revealing the location.
Oh. Are you threatening him?
No, not unless he
So you-
threatens me first.
So you need some muscle.
No, I have
I
a way
think-
with words. If he hits an old man, that's grounds for expulsion from the town. It's easy.
Ah, I see. You're
Is
so
it?
clever. So
I don't know. I
sneaky.
could convince Janice to probably expel him.
Well, I
Expel?
think-
Exile? Exile's the word I'm looking for.
I think it's safe to say that she likes you more than she likes him.
Exactly.
She could kill him, or worse, expel him.
Yeah. So I think Zenus would go off looking for Timothy's father.
Well, it is relatively late at night. So I think you would probably assume that he's at his very boring house.
mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, you head in that direction. Just you, or is anyone coming with?
Did you want to go by yourself?
I mean, if you want to come watch whatever is about to happen, go for it.
Okay.
This definitely
I-
sounds like you're
I'm not-
absolutely going there to fight him.
No, I'm not like. I just don't know what'll happen. I mean, like, it'll be interesting, but also it's.
I
It
don't
is
know
what
what
it
will
is. I
happen
don't.
either.
We've threatened him enough times. I think he understands not to like. I think one too many threats might sink the ship. So let's. I think just a one-on-one conversation might be the best strategy here.
Yeah, eventually we're
boring
gonna have
after
to
a
just
while.
kill him.
Yeah, it's like we've amped this up enough. I think Zenus would just want to go alone and kind of do his smoothing over thing
Mhm.
that he can do.
Okay, I will let
For-
you walk back then. And on my way back to the hotel, I'll pick some flowers and make a little flower crown for Vanilly.
Hmm.
Okay. So Zeus you make your way to the very boring house of Carl and Oleandra, Timothy's parents.
I'll knock on the door.
And Oleandra comes to the door. Well, hello there. How are you today?
I'm doing well, my darling. How are you? It's always nice to see you.
She goes, I'm doing great.
Oh, how wonderful. Listen, I was wondering, is Carl in tonight?
She goes and kind of looks back. Yeah, he's here. Yeah.
Would you mind asking him if I could come in for a cup of tea?
She nods and kind of shows you in.
Thank you.
And sort of ninjally like walks up the stairs, very quiet up the stairs.
That's where Timothy gets it from.
And eventually Carl comes downstairs.
Hello.
You're back, not with your friends, I see.
No, just me. I was out on the town and thought I might as well pop on by and maybe you and I can have a conversation over a cup of tea.
And he kind of looks at Oleandra, and she kind of and goes to the kitchen.
Oleandra, if you just show me where things are, I'd be happy to make myself. There's no reason
Oh
for you
no,
to...
it's no problem. It's no problem.
No, but it's horrible
And
hospitality if I just invite myself in for a cup of tea and don't offer to make it.
And she's like, no. And she has scurried off to the kitchen.
He'll make his way over to whatever seating arrangement or like dining table they have.
They have like beige everything.
But Oleandra is like dressed pretty extravagant.
Super like flamboyant, yes.
Zenus kind of takes a look at the beige furniture, and he'll just minor illusion his chair to have a little bit of vibrant like green and like kind of reflective of him as he sits down.
Yeah, Carl kind of...
It's not permanent, don't worry. I swore to myself I wouldn't sit on beige. It's a weird thing that my family
weird thing
has.
to swear to yourself.
It's not in
Fine.
vogue where I am from the Feywild. I do horribly apologize.
And he's kind of... It's fine.
Listen, I wanted to talk to you about Timothy.
Do you know where he is?
I do.
Well,
Well, what? You
where
asked me
is
to
he?
find him.
Where is he?
He's somewhere in the wood.
I knew that.
All right. Well, then you didn't need my help for it. I know what you're asking, and frankly, it concerns me a little bit that there's some hesitation when I talk to your son. I want to get to the root of that.
I feel so much more threatened by this than I have in any previous conversation.
Yeah, this is Zenus's side creeping out. This is how he like Southern hospitality, but like Minnesota nice, like passive
Bless your
aggressive.
heart.
Exactly. That's entirely Zenus.
Well, what do you want to know?
As I'm sure my compatriots have maybe quite bluntly put to you, it seems as though Timothy has some hesitations coming to talk to you. And we just want to make sure, our due diligence as adventurers, and frankly, because I know relationships with family aren't the easiest. From my own experience, having numerous cousins, and me being the oldest and having to watch after them all the time, there's a little bit of responsibility that goes with that. So I can understand what position you're in. It isn't easy. And I understand that, but I worry, and I don't mean to impose or be rude about this, but I worry that perhaps you may not be understanding where he's coming from. And he might not understand where you're coming from. Parents and children often have different points of view on things, and even though you may horribly disagree, only trying to confine him into one way might be doing more harm than good. And I don't want to see another relationship broken like that.
He says, Timothy is a very willful child.
Indeed.
He does not appreciate my particular style of parenting, I suppose you might say.
Well, and, I mean, it may come for you to know that he himself is a willful child, and in my estimation, you are yourself a willful gentleman.
He says, it is a child's duty to respect his parents, and he does not.
It is a parent's responsibility to meet their child where they are, to provide guidance, yes. But
and yet I
respect
can't because he
demand-
won't tell me where he is.
Respect alone is not a one-way street. You do not respect your son, therefore he does not respect you. If you wanted to have ownership over your son, that is a very out-of-fashion notion. One does not control another person and expect that to represent love. And I know you care for your son deeply. And I'm not calling you wrong, I'm calling you, how shall I say this? Capable of improvement, maybe. I think you two need to have a conversation. I'm willing to help facilitate and be a neutral party. I won't take his side all the way, and I'm not going to say that I'll take your side all the way. But the two of you need to work something out, because this path is not one that will make either of you happy.
You can bring my son to me.
Yes, but might I suggest that we find a neutral location? Perhaps we go for a walk. After, tomorrow morning. After we are able to bring him back. That way it's a neutral area. Nobody is in power. And nobody's at disadvantage.
You kind of see him sigh and kind of... He had been sitting very stiffly in his chair. You see him sigh and kind of sink into it a little bit. I suppose that could work.
Wonderful. We're in agreement then. Now, tell me a little bit more about yourself. There has to be something beyond just this beige, darling. And Zenus will like pour himself a cup of tea and like put a couple sugars in, and just sit there and have like a full night like conversation for like as long as Carl wants to. Zenus wouldn't stay like more than 2 hours probably, just so they could rest and he could rest. But he kind of wants to like he's trying to pry back this shell.
Give me an insight check.
Let's try you. No, what? Okay. Insight, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That's just a 13.
13?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 13's not terrible, but it's not great either.
Yeah.
You're definitely sensing the shell is hard to break. And a lot of control issues. But I say this as an accountant. He's an accountant.
I understand now. Yeah, I think Zenus very non-judgmentally listens and just kind of talks him through all that stuff and just is won't pry.
Metaphors about spreadsheets.
yeah, I think Zenus would definitely like. Well, you just need to balance your margins. Nothing. You just like, and it's just like totally all those metaphors and just is charming. Before he leaves, he'll compliment Oleandra's scarf or whatever she has on for the.
And thank you, sweetie. Aren't you just the kindest?
No, I mean, what is this world of not capable of kindness?
Yeah, and as you've been, chatting throughout the evening, she, like, when you first came in, when you first opened the door, she was very kind of loud, but then when Carl was in, she kind of shrunk into herself a little bit, but as you kind of talked to her, she's kind of opened up a little bit more. But yeah, 2-ish hours later, you head back to the inn. What was everyone doing while Zenus was chatting with Carl?
I think like once I get back, I kind of give Vanilly her the flower crown. I just kind of do like a quick little like mood check, like how we feeling? Did the nap help at all? Any emotions you want to discuss?
Vanilly tells Glimmer about seeing her mom and her mom telling her that things aren't going to get easier and she has to work on herself, but Vanilly doesn't know how to do that. So she's quietly consumed a whole tub of frosting with a flower crown half crooked on her head, staring very forlornly, wishing things were better and easier.
Yeah. Well, it will be difficult, but your mother is right, and you don't have to be perfect now. It's you're learning, you're growing. It's going to take time. I don't know how much help I can be in helping you with this journey. You are older than I am by most counts.
I know, but you act so mature, though. Like you've already got stuff figured out.
Well, I was a rock for a long time before I became whatever I am now, but...
Well, then maybe you're older than me. Rocks are around forever, aren't they?
Yes. We don't need to get into it.
I love that Glimmer is simultaneously the youngest person in the party and technically the oldest.
Dualities.
I might be 2. I might be 500. Who knows?
Oh, that is fascinating. When do you find out?
I don't know.
Well, nobody.
We should get a geologist. Maybe they can date you.
Oh, yes. But they have to break me open, don't they?
Oh, you're already open.
Yes. Yes. And blue.
Maybe something when we get back to the material plane where things make sense. I'm sure if we showed a stay creature there, it would say something weird and cryptic and not helpful. They
Yeah,
do
they
that.
They like to make it a riddle.
Give you a riddle, and then you'd be stuck wondering about it for the rest of your life. I feel it's better just not to engage.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, I think Zena should be coming home soon.
And funny, you should say that.
Venus, like, minor illusions, him taking off a hat and just tucks it underneath his...
Honey,
And it's
I'm
like-
home.
Walk back out. I wanted to see how she was going to react.
Oh, my bad. Zena's, like, knocks on the door and, like, very, like, quietly opens it.
Are we waiting for something?
Oh, I didn't know what would... I wanted to apologize for earlier. My comments were out of line to you. I got frustrated, and that is not fair to take that out on you.
I shouldn't have said mean things either. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I accept your apology, and I hope you can accept mine.
Now what?
Oh, I don't know if you're the hug and tap. I'm not really. That's fine, but it's not.
What about the very heartfelt fist bump?
Zenus is like,
I learned about them recently. I read about them.
well, just that.
I'd like grab both of your arms and just like painstakingly like put your hand.
Like
in
very
fist and-
noodly, it's like this, and you're like fist bumps, and you're like, I don't want to.
And then you pull your fingers away and you go. "Leedle, leedle, leedle."
Oh, I can get behind that.
I don't think I'm in a deedling mood.
Well,
All
that's
right, another time.
the deedling is optional.
Noted. I just had a very interesting conversation with Timothy's father. He and I are going for another walk tomorrow, and hopefully I can bridge whatever damage he's caused, and hopefully he stops controlling everything. I think that would make everybody's lives a lot easier. And I
He's a
recognize
bad dad.
That
You should have
reminds.
met my dad. My dad's a great dad.
That reminds me. Vanilly, guess who we found in the woods? You'll never
Did
guess.
you find Timothy? Did you stab him again? Don't do that. My mom said I
No.
should stop stabbing people.
Well,
He
that
was-
is very good that she told you to stop stabbing people. We did find Timothy, but there was another person that we found.
Janice? I don't know many people around here.
It's your dad. Say your dad. Say your dad.
It's your father.
Say
It's your
dad.
father, Vanilly.
Well, we have to go now then. Why did you guys, what? We gotta go now! And Vanilly throws her frosting across the room, grabs her backpack, and runs to the door.
Wait.
Wait, it's very
Hold your
dangerous in the
horses.
woods.
That doesn't matter. My dad's here. We have to go find my dad.
Well,
We
we know
know
where
where-
he is.
Nothing matters more to me than my dad.
Well,
I
Fair
would
enough,
go
fair
any
enough.
for by monsters for my dad. It's my dad, guys. The whole
Yes.
reason I left my house. I go find my dad. We know where my dad is. We have to go now.
Yes,
well,
but
hold
we'll
on.
we'll be in worse shape if we go right now.
I won't. I'm fine. I'll go by myself. I don't need you guys.
Oh,
That
well,
I
that's
don't
a
think
little
is
bit
right.
rude.
It's
We
my
just had a
dad.
whole conversation about it.
Look, if
My dad.
I will go sleep in the random hut if we need to, but I would prefer if we all go together.
Well, we have to go now.
I'm so very tired, Vanilly.
I'm so sorry, Glimmer. It's my dad.
But he is okay. He's safe enough for the night. Timothy is watching him. He's been okay.
Timothy has my dad.
No.
Book it out the door. I don't even wait for any of my friends. I'm running.
Zenus just turns to Glimmer and goes, "We should have lied." He'll also turn to Roswell and Eror and be like,
Roswell's shaking his head. You guys just don't know how to talk to kids.
that is very true. I do not.
God
I-
damn
We
it.
should probably
Let's go.
follow her.
Yes.
Yeah, alrighty. I hoped for that in a bit, but we're going. And Zenus gathers his stuff and just starts old man walking down after Vanilly.
Cool. I'm assuming everyone else is following as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. As you are walking, Vanilly is booking it. I'm assuming Vanilly, you start hearing the song again.
The song is irrelevant to finding my father.
You are correct, but you are
Running
hearing it,
towards the woods.
and no one else is. Uh,
Can I send her a message to be like, please slow down. We are following behind you, but please don't run into the woods and get lost.
I'm going to make
Please.
a wisdom check for Vanilly to see if she has the foresight to stop and wait for her friends. 12 plus nothing. She runs to the woods and will stop and turn and look to see how close you guys are.
Okay. I'm running.
Yeah, I'm also running.
Yeah, the
Venus
second
is-
she can see you guys are like there behind, she keeps going.
You do not know where you are going, Vanilly. Please slow down.
Doesn't matter. My
It
mom
kind
said to find a fort in the woods.
right.
Vanilly,
but
Vanilly, give a survival check with disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage running blindly.
If you get a natural one, you don't survive.
5 or a 4 plus nothing.
Yeah, you start running into the wood with no direction whatsoever, knowing which way you are going. Glimmer and Roswell, you hear in your head, where are we going?
Well, we are going back to the fort where
I never-
Vanilly's father is.
I never know what's going on.
A little sooner than we had planned. I am starting to get a little grumpy. I will not lie. It is past my bedtime.
Nobody tells me anything.
I'll fill him in as we run.
Cool. Give me a perception check as you're running.
Everybody, or
Which one of us?
Glimmer.
That is a 22.
Holy crap! You're doing good in perception now. What happened?
My dice were
Um,
like, you had a rough go of it.
Yeah, you. As you're holding onto, Siri, you are feeling some sort of engraving on them.
Oh. Can I tell what it is?
As you look at it, the letters, runes, whatever they are, do not seem to be holding still. It says something, but you cannot read it.
Okay. Suri, what are these markings on you?
I think it's a clue, but I don't know for what.
I'm not going to lie, Suri. It's not a very good one.
They say it's part of a puzzle.
Is it the finding Vanilly's dad puzzle? Is it the land is dying puzzle? Is it the Zenus is very old puzzle? Is it the Timothy has terrible parents and we don't know why puzzle?
Why do you have so many puzzles?
That is a good question. We're good at finding puzzles. We are not good at solving them.
Don't think it's part of any of those, unfortunately.
Hey, new puzzle! You guys, we got another puzzle! Yay!
New puzzle! You just hear groans from everybody else in the party, including the staff and the shield.
Are there runes on Yastava?
As you look, yes.
Oh.
Different, but similar, like, you can't focus on them, they're moving everywhere. Very strange.
Okay, we shall have to table this puzzle in favor of the current one in front of us, which is the little girl running away and getting lost in the woods.
Everyone, give me the survival checks. Zenus and Glimmer can with advantage, since they've been there before.
Okay.
As Vanilly is running, she has sent Lord Lemondrops into the sky for aerial recon. Also, as she runs, every tree she passes by, she casts light on it, like lighting up her way in the dark as she's going.
As you do that, you hit a tree, you hit another tree, you keep running, and then a tree comes at you that's lit.
I rolled a 7, by the way.
I got a 21.
You said
I got a
survival at
16.
advantage.
Mm-hmm.
11.
Well, with Glimmer's 21, since she has been there before, you can tell that Vanilly is going in the wrong direction. And Suri is able to sort of assist and start pushing in the right direction.
Okay.
So, yes. Yeah, you guys are going through, and like definitely you're lighting trees, but as you're going, like occasionally a tree will come by, you run by a tree that's already lit up. And you were gonna say something, Heather?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I cast light on Suri and like hold it up so Vanilly can find us again.
What does Vanilly do?
Every time Vanilly gets to a tree that's already lit, she'll turn and run on the other side of it in like a back and forth zigzag motion that is absolutely not helping, but makes sense to her 12-year-old brain. She's like, if we went right last time, let's go left this time. And it keeps coming around in circles, I would assume.
This child, I blow on the horn of, what is it called?
The horn of alarm.
Horn of silent alarm, yeah.
And Vanilly, you hear this piercing, ringing noise.
Spurred on by the fact that her friends are indeed behind her, she keeps going.
Oh my god.
How far away is Vanilly? Could I catch up?
Not terribly far. Yeah.
Okay. Can I catch up? I have a 35-foot walking speed. If Zenus like is just sprinting after her, can I catch up and just like grab her by the backpack, even if Lord Lemondrop bites me? I want to hold her in place for 5 seconds. Oh, okay. Yeah, Zenus just wants to like hold her in place for like 5 seconds so we can all just like take a deep breath.
Yep.
Do I have to try and make it like a grapple check?
I suppose dexterity checks, my guy.
Yeah. And that'll be interesting for me. If I make it.
I think it's a dex for Vanilly and then a strength for Zenus and athletics.
Yeah.
Acrobatics.
Oh, I forgot.
Acrobatics for Vanilly, athletics for Zenus.
I got a 16. on athletics.
Doesn't beat my 18.
Okay.
Vanilly, you feel Zenus grab for your backpack, and you manage to wrench away as you keep booking it.
Why are we stopping? We shouldn't stop. We have to keep going.
You're going the wrong way.
We'll find it eventually. That's how running
Zenus
works.
casts minor illusion and makes an image of Vanilly's father on the ground.
That's mean.
She's not a cat. You can't just laser pointer her.
Well, she stopped, so I'm going to be like, you are going the wrong way. Glimmer and I know the way to get there, and you're leading us in circles. So maybe rely on your friends just a little bit and take a minute to focus and think about this logically. If you do not know where you're going, wandering a wood in the Feywild is the easiest way to continue to be lost for the rest of your life. It won't come to you if you just keep looking for it. You have to stop for a minute and think.
This is your fault.
It's my fault?
Yes.
Okay. Why is it my fault? I want to know.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Why is it my fault then? We don't know.
Because you shouldn't. You can't.
It's okay.
Why did you have to do this? Vanilly is going to put her hands over her face and like crouch down on the ground, and she just starts crying again.
Zenus dismisses the minor illusion, and I think just kind of stands there quietly and just says,
Okay, we finally caught back up. Vanilly, if you just come with us, we will find your dad. I'm so sorry. I'm dying. I am not made to run this far. Can we please just go the right direction? I'm begging you. I know you're upset. I am too. Let's go so we can go the fuck home and go back to bed.
about it. I will apologize. I'm sorry I made you cry. But really, Vanilly, I'm sorry I brought you to the Feywild, but your father's here and we need to find him. Please, just let us help you. You don't have to do this alone.
Still sobbing. Can't get any words out. It sounds like she's trying to say something, but she's just so overwhelmed with emotion.
If she lets him, I think Zenus would just sit down on the ground next to her and just like pull her into a hug and let her cry for a long time.
It's a long time.
Zenus will wait there.
I'm keeping an eye out and an ear out in case anything tries to sneak up on us.
Give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Thank you, Patsy.
Actually, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use this one. Perception. That is a 17.
Cool. Okay. You do not see anything.
I'm not letting my guard down. I'm just going to keep an eye out because I don't trust like that.
I have a sense of how far away we are from the fort.
from
the fort.
It's still a decent chunk away, but it's closer than town.
Okay.
Eventually, Lemon Drops would come back, and when you sit down on the floor and your cat's like, I'm going to be on top of you now. He does that, and Vanilly finally calms down. Okay, if you know how to get there, then let's go that way then.
Zenus
And-
nods at Glimmer. Just
Okay. I just start leading the way. I'm like, I'm not going to get involved this time. Here we go.
And you see the mismatched footprints, and Suri leads you through the wood. And it's very interesting. For Roswell, as you get there, you hear familiar running water.
Familiar running water?
Yes. Like different than the normal running water here in Vesipisara, which is all running water.
Like a waterfall.
Like a waterfall.
I've flushed this toilet before. What do my furball gears here?
And yeah, as you are getting closer, you see this fort, and kind of off in the distance, you see sort of a cliff edge, and you see a waterfall running down.
I go look at it. It's a good waterfall.
This is a good waterfall, and it's odd because the proportions are slightly wrong, but it definitely matches the one that was in your dream a million episodes ago, whenever that was. And the one from The Thing that I think you probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I need to throw Timothy off this waterfall.
You're going to have to walk us through that one.
Well, that's what happened. Ask Vanilly. She was there. I'm not going to. I was just saying I had a dream.
You had a dream you threw Timothy off a waterfall?
Yeah.
What did that accomplish?
I mean, does it have to accomplish anything?
I mean,
It was a
Yeah.
dream.
It could accomplish one thing for sure. I don't think that's necessarily the right course of action.
no,
Dreams
I'm
aren't-
pretty sure I
Neither-
remember
neither
we
do I.
promised
It's a
not to kill
dream.
Timothy.
Yeah, I know. I'm closer to killing his dad than killing him, but I'm just saying.
Okay, well, actually, that comforts me more than I thought it would.
Murder?
You're welcome.
Just ranking of murders.
Ah.
The murder ranking.
But yeah, as you guys are chatting, you come up to the fort.
Vanilly, we did promise Timothy that you would not attack him this time.
He's got a lot to answer to if he's been keeping me from my dad.
Well, he's been taking care of your dad.
I slide her a dagger without anybody seeing,
Roll sleight of hand.
just in case.
I'm absolutely. What is that?
Can I-
Perception or insight?
Perception.
Can I also attempt?
It's a 24.
Oh.
Okay.
I'd have to roll a nat 20. 16.
I don't see it.
Also a
I rolled an
16.
18.
Oh my god.
As
Vanilly now has
Roswell
a
flags
dagger.
me a dagger, I pull out my own dagger. I'm like, I have my own though.
Yeah,
Oh,
2
no.
are better, just in case.
I don't know if I know how to dual wield yet.
Well, he's kind of been doing you a favor by taking
Has
care
he?
of your
Has
father.
he been doing me a favor? Why didn't he say the first time? Hey kid, I think I found your
Quantifiably-
dad in the woods.
Well, okay, Vanilly, answer me this. How would he know that he's your dad?
I'm
You could've told
positive
her.
my dad has mentioned that he has the world's cutest daughter. If my dad is awake and sentient, I'm pretty hard to miss, I say as I like grab hold of my horns on top of my head, my like little golden halo horns.
All I'm saying is, while he may be a bit detestable, he does not have to be your enemy. And
Well, he's gonna have to prove to me that when he ran away, that was a trustworthy maneuver.
no, it wasn't trustworthy. That was shady for sure. However, I don't think it means that you need to stab him this time.
not going to stab him, okay?
Or
I would like to
slash
talk.
at him, or trip him, or pinch him on the buttocks.
What?
This just sounds like
I
a whole
don't
list
know
of
it.
things that you can't do.
I'm trying
It's
to
just our
cover my
rules.
shit. Yeah.
Party rules. No, like, no stabbing,
buttock
no butt
pinching.
pinching. Zenus will walk up and very calmly knock on the hut. Just be like, Timothy?
And he says, I thought you weren't coming back.
Vanilly insisted we come right away.
Do you have any pillows and a blanket?
He says, yes.
Excellent. Let us in.
And he lets you all in, and Vanilly, your dad is on the floor under a blanket.
Dad! Vanilly runs right over and throws her whole arms around his neck as she's hugging him.
Oh God,
and
he's
And he goes,
the tears of the waterworks have started again as she just starts blubbering about all the terrible things that have happened and how much she's missed him and how alone she's been. Just like when she had talked to her mom, but so much more hysterical.
and he listens, is kind of groaning softly a little bit because he's got a child on him and he's got a mangled leg. And he goes, my daughter, ow, and it's good to see you.
Ow, are you okay? Are you hurt? Did he do something to you? Are you okay?
He goes, Timothy has been helping me.
Has he? This doesn't seem like proper medical attention. This seems like he laid you down on the floor.
Glimmer
He's on a
messages
giant
Zenus
pillow.
and goes, I don't think we handled this correctly.
Zenus has a flask pulled out and is drinking from it and just hands it over to Glimmer and kneels down and just starts Timothy was collecting water from the fountain, and normally
The fountain that's broken? The fountain that's dying? He's been pouring dying fountain water on my dad?
he didn't realize it was dying.
Well,
He's been doing the best he can. He's also a
he's
child.
doing a bad job! My dad's hurt!
Well, and you did a
can
bad
I-
job of leading us through the woods. Now, we all make mistakes. Let's just calm down.
If I knew my dad was hurt, we would have been here a lot sooner.
Well, you ran off before we could tell you where he
But you
was.
told me! You handled very poorly!
You are handling everything very poorly in knee-jerk
gonna-
reactions.
You guys are bad adults. As I turn back to my dad, can I see the wounds yet?
Yeah, as you pull back and you just see his entire left leg is mangled and it's got possibly some sort of curse. And
I will immediately pump a second level cure wounds into it.
cool.
Is it like Dumbledore's hand?
You see his leg sort of start to stitch itself together. And then as it's doing that, all of a sudden there's this blackness that comes up and out of the newly healed, and his leg is still, it's got this blackness on it now.
May I roll medicine to see what is going on?
Yes.
Natural 20.
Natural 20?
Jesus Christ.
Natural 20. Plus 4 for my medicine. 24.
So, question, Yuri. How would Vanilly know about how high-level curses?
Her dad was an evil warlock. I'm sure there's books.
My dad was an evil warlock who, in his youth, collected tomes aligned with. He's not a warlock. I'm sorry. My dad's a sorcerer. My dad was an evil sorcerer who, in his youth, collected tomes on all sorts of curses, all sort of all the worst things you could find in a book. And in the beginning, her dad was like, "Don't read cursed books and stuff," and she goes, "Okay," and she did it anyway. And he's all like, "Shouldn't have done that." But now you know all this. So, despite being 12 years old, she would probably know a good deal of curses, of enchantments, of just like really bad stuff. As per occupation of her father.
Yeah, you definitely are able to suss out that there is some sort of curse on your father at the moment. Without proper like curse detecting tools, you can't tell exactly what it is, but it doesn't seem great.
You're cursed. Who did this to you?
I don't know. I was trying to find any like sort of gestures over, and he's got like this bag sitting next to him with stuff just kind of piling out of it. I was trying to find you some things, and then all of a sudden I was attacked from behind, and then I was here. I don't know.
Do you think you touched something that was cursed? That happens sometimes.
Well, I wasn't on. There's a reason I didn't have you with me. It was a dangerous spot.
Where were you?
He goes, I'll tell you when you're older. But I found stuff for you.
Well,
And
I'm not happy that this has happened, but I will accept gifts as a form of payment to say you're sorry.
and he dumps out this bag. And the first thing he pulls is this pair of rings. And they don't seem to do anything at the moment. Because here, put this one on. And he puts one on his other hand. And as soon as you do, the like little jewel bit on your ring and the one on his ring point to each other.
So you won't get lost again.
He goes, I thought you might like that. And then he gives you a stuffed bird.
Bird, I love stuffed bird. Like a stuffed animal bird, not like a.
Yes, a stuffed animal bird.
All right.
He goes, you'll get your wings soon enough, but this will help until then.
Aww.
And this bird, when you concentrate on it, you gain a flight speed of 20 feet for 1 minute.
Ooh.
So that's fun. He goes, I also found, he kind of looks at Eror. He goes, found a couple things for you too. And he pulls out these effectively fist weapons that look like they have like bug carapaces on them. And he says, if you hit just right with these, the poison goes in. So it's a fist weapon that if you wield them in an unarmed strike and critical, it's 2d6 poison damage with the DC 13 con save for poison effect.
I take him and I say, thank you, that's very kind of you.
Yeah, he goes, Vanilly.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, the pressure I put on you, it's not fair to you.
I mean, you got kidnapped. I don't think that's your fault.
He goes, not that. He goes, you know the story of how I got you. He goes, you are such a good girl. He says, but I'll have failed if you're only being good to save me.
Well, I mean, you're the most important thing in the world to me. I'd do anything to save you. You're my dad.
He says, putting that kind of pressure on a child wasn't fair of your mother either.
She's a unicorn. I don't really know if they work by the same kind of standards. I don't blame you guys for this.
He goes, if the only reason you're doing good is so that I can be redeemed, that's not good either. You should be good because good is good.
But you told me to be good. I'm good because I'm not good, I have to admit. I've done a lot of bad things. Since you've been gone, I've done some really bad things.
But why did you do those bad things?
I haven't tampered my emotions. My mom says.
Well, that's part of growing up, but that's not why. What bad things did you do?
I wasn't gonna tell you, but now I think I have to. I might have done a murder. And I might have shot Timothy. And I might have threatened to murder Timothy. I've probably done other bad stuff. I got mad at Zenus a bunch of times and I yelled at him. I said some really mean things.
Like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the way in here, I'm pretty sure you heard the last one.
And
I want to be good for you, but I don't know if I can now. I think that just might be, like, really bad.
that comes back to the why. Why did you commit a murder? Or why did you almost commit a murder? What was happening?
Well, the first one, Roswell got kicked really bad from a red cap, and then one of them got too close to Eror, and I was scared he was going to get really hurt, so I magicked a gnome dead.
So you were protecting your friends?
Yeah. And then when Timothy ran, he ran away when I was trying to talk to him. I got really mad, and we were going to try to find him because, I don't know, he ran away, and I got really mad at that. So we went to go see his mom, and I was hoping maybe if she was scared I was going to hurt Timothy, she would tell us where he was, but she didn't care. So I threatened to murder him.
What do you do when you're scared? Do you do the right thing or do you lash out?
I guess I lash out. But to be fair, he could have just told me what was going on. He said a bunch of really weird, vague things, and he ran. Like he did something wrong. You told me that if I do something wrong, I shouldn't run from it. That I should stay and explain myself. Yes. I don't know. I don't know. It's been a really long day. Not a really long couple of days.
Says perhaps we should take a nap, take a sleep. Think about what happened. And we can talk more in the morning.
Can we stay here tonight?
He kind of looks at Timothy, who kind of shrugs. I have more pillows.
Glimmer just grabs them and like rolls herself up in a burrito and out.
Perfect. And as you all pile on pillows, we're going to take a little break, but first, as Here in My Garden of Shadows trails off, two girls wake up as if called. As they silently make their way through their respective houses and into the night, their family unaware, the two girls serendipitously meet and grasp hands as they walk into the dark wood. And we will be back in 10 to 12. See you then. An Eladrin walks through a familiar wood, smile across their lips, fingers brushing down the long scar along their face. I'm back, Vanilly. As they press their foot into the ground, water surrounds it. Oh, well, I guess I'll have to find him then, as they continue onward toward Waterdrop Village. Hi, everyone. We're back. And we just had super fun parent-daughter chat ×2, so that's cool. But everyone had made their way to the fort, treehouse thing, where Timothy had been attempting to restore Vanilly's father poorly. But we are getting ready for bed, so what would you guys like to do?
Zenus would probably, before they went to bed, he would have pulled Timothy outside, and just said, I talked to your father. He doesn't know anything about this hiding place, but I agreed to, well, he agreed to taking a walk with you in the woods with me, so we could talk through some stuff and I could be a neutral party to try and get him to lighten up. He doesn't seem to understand that everyone is their own individual and that he can't control them.
Well, that's not news to me.
I know.
You should have your dad talk to my dad. My dad's a great dad.
I went outside with him away from Vanilly.
Too bad. There's no door on this place.
I walked away, Yuri. I walked away. I don't want you in this scene right now.
Perception check to hear people talking about dad.
I will PvP you with the one spell slot I have left. Do not.
No, it's a 7.
I know you are a kid, but I will strike you.
No, I can't strike a child. I need to remind myself of this.
I'll PvP you 1v1 me, old man.
Okay, so conversation.
Yeah. Anyway, look, I'm not saying anything will come of it. I'm trying to get him to lighten up on you. I don't want you to lose your father because he's being, what's a good word for it? Rude, mean, a bully. You should be allowed to live your own life. But I don't want to see you not ruin. I don't want to see you lose out on your family.
You kind of see Timothy. He's like minutely bouncing on his heels. It's like, I don't think this is a good idea.
I don't think so either, but he doesn't know where your hut is. And if things go south, you can always come back here. I'll be there.
You're sure?
You have my word.
You're sure he doesn't know?
I didn't tell him. If he manages to find it of his own accord, then he can do that. But between you and me, I don't think he could find his way out of anything.
It's not him you have to worry about. He is not good at finding things. He has friends.
Alrighty. Well, if I disappoint you, and if something were to happen to this place, I wouldn't. I would do everything in my power to make sure your father doesn't. I can't kidnap you, I'll be honest. That's just something I'm not going to do. So I can't bring you to the material plane with me. But maybe I talk to Janice. Janice talks to Bimini. And we find a way for everybody to live in harmony.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens.
We will. And I just had a curiosity. Who are these friends of your father's?
They try to be sneaky. I can see them. I think for most people they're sneaky. But
Can Zenus look around?
yes.
Ooh, 23.
Oh, 23,
And
eh?
me.
Mm-hmm.
It's dark in this wood.
Mm-hmm.
Shadows are weird. But there's one that's weird in its non-weirdness.
Yeah, Zenus will walk over to it and just say, I can see you there. You might as well come out.
And as you say that, he comes out, bounds away toward Timothy.
Zenus will stand in front of him and just say, this is between us.
I think Timothy is going. Let me actually see. Yeah, Timothy's going to try to bolt. I think he'll pop into the fort and grab a thing real quick so y'all see him come in and he's starting to run away.
I wanted to. Oh, he's gone. All right.
What would you like to do?
I also wanted to. He's gone.
I was gonna apologize, but I guess I'll do it when you get back.
I was
What
going to
is-
ask if your parents were abusing you.
What is this like figure that's bounding toward me? Or to Timothy?
Is it his dad?
No, it is the shady guy that Roswell and Eror saw in town.
Oh, the guy that his dad was talking to?
Mm-hmm.
It's an assassin.
Can I vicious mockery him?
Yes.
I'll just say, you're horrible at hiding, dear. DC 15. I'm assuming.
I don't have him statted out, so let me think. What would his wisdom be? No, I think he would fail.
Okay. Well, he only takes 1 psychic damage. But
You can't move. Is vicious mockery? You can't move closer to you.
no, that's dissonant whispers. But I mean, I'm assuming if it's still the same night, that I wouldn't. I mean, I have 1 second level spell slot left. But I already said I casted vicious mockery, so I'm trying to distract him long enough to like.
Yeah, he kind of clutches his head a little bit, and then makes off for Timothy.
Roswell, Eror, I need help.
How far is he from where we are in the fort?
They're probably about 60 feet away right now.
I'm sprinting
Okay.
my full.
I'm running
movement.
after.
I'll
I'm
run,
running outside and we'll see.
And then I'm gonna cast Rhymes Binding Ice. It's got 30 feet, and my movement is 30 feet. So like I'll run, cast it. It is a cold burst of energy from you in a 30-foot cone. I'm gonna use meta magic for a careful spell, so it doesn't hit my party. I can do up to 4 people, so I don't think there's anybody.
Yeah, no, you're good. Is that a save or is it a?
It is a Constitution saving throw. He will take damage, though.
What's the save?
It is a 15.
Did I do it there? No. Here, hold on. Second, one thing, really quick.
And if he fails, he'll be hindered by ice and his speed reduced to 0.
Yeah, he failed.
I hope I don't kill him. Oh. Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh my.
No!
Dude is looking very hurt. Not dead.
I'm feeling a little aggressive.
Timothy is still bolting. What are Eror and Roswell doing? And Vanilly.
So
Vanilly's doing everything.
How far away
So
is
he didn't get caught by the ice?
Timothy, unless Glimmer was trying to get Timothy too.
Oh, Timothy's running?
Timothy's running. He's running from this guy.
I honestly.
You
I
have to
don't think-
stop and confront your problems. That's what my dad says. I'm gonna point and cast Hold Person at him. Wisdom 13. That he passed it last time, but I don't know.
21.
You're bad at confronting your problems, just like me. I understand. Maybe we could test things out. I'm trying to get better.
What are Roswell and Eror doing?
You want
I
to
guess
get him
I'll-
again?
I guess running up to the dude that we recognize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just there's not really anything we can do to stop Timothy at this point, I feel like. So I guess we're just gonna stop and like kneel down by this guy and first of all check to see if he's still breathing.
He is up and he's like his feet are like frozen in little like ice boots and he's like trying to get. He's badly hurt. He's not like dead or unconscious.
Hey, why are you here? What's going on?
I'm here to collect Timothy
Why?
because his father asked me to.
Is his dad
Zenus-
abusing him?
Zenus is gonna walk up and look this person dead in the eye, and just say, I had a conversation with Timothy's father, Carl. For your own safety, I suggest that you leave this alone. I don't have the suggest spell. I just want to make an intimidation check or persuasion.
Intimidation.
Great.
Can I use
Can I
the help
assist with
action?
that? Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
one of you proficient in?
I am.
Oh.
Cool. Oop, that D20's gone. Ooh, 24.
He just kind of grits his teeth and is struggling, but does not seem to be trying to struggle forward. Timothy is still is still kind of dashing. He's kind of running along the cliff edge at the moment.
Can Zenus call out to him and like try and get Timothy to stop?
Yes.
Timothy, wait, he's immobilized. We got it. Eror and Roswell. Can you two just hold on to this guy just in case he does break out of this? He needs a stern talking to.
I'm gonna grapple him.
Awesome. Zenus is sprinting off after Timothy, trying to like just get him to like wait, and we can talk this out.
I'm gonna sit on his chest.
I'm looking at my stuff. Roll persuasion for Timothy.
19.
So Timothy is running. He stops and sort of skids. And as he's about to turn around, he's closer to the edge of the cliff than he thought, to the edge of the waterfall cliff. And he is starting to fall off of it.
How close am I? Can I run and grab on?
I think you guys are all relatively close. So
Can I
you can
also-
certainly.
I'll also try to help grab him.
Since I still have that second level spell slot before we rested, I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability and give Bull's strength to Eror.
Okay.
So you get advantage on any strength checks.
So what would that be to try to grab him and pull him onto the safety of the cliff?
So athletics.
Okay. I'm gonna use my 2 blue dice this time. Ooh, that's a 19 and a 15, so that's a 23.
Yeah, you managed to grab his hand.
So I'm assuming that I'm like sort of leaning off the cliff a little bit because so I say I got you. And then I'm gonna try to how would be the best way to do this? I guess like is there a way to like either pull back so that we both fall into safety, or like
you have him, you're not falling off, but you're in a very sort of awkward, precarious position at the moment. Roll an acrobatics to see how you get back up.
that's an 11.
That's an 11. It's not looking great. You have him. Does anyone else want to do something?
I look around at like anybody else in the vicinity, like help.
Yeah, I'll grab Eror like by the ankles.
Oh, Oh God.
Dude, the other dude is still frozen to the ground, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm sitting on him.
Is now a bad time to talk, or
Can Zenus or not minor illusion, mage hand to like try and like it can only carry like 10 pounds, but he's trying to like
push us backwards, maybe.
Yeah, and as with the three of you pulling, you manage to pull Timothy back from the edge.
do you often fall off waterfalls, or is this a first time kind of thing for you?
He goes, "That was not intentional."
Yeah, what was the end game there?
Wasn't intending to run off.
I sincerely apologize. I didn't realize he had followed me. And
this is why I don't go home.
Because there's waterfalls there.
The assassins?
They generally don't try to kill me, but
hey, now that you're here, are your parents abusing you?
He goes, I don't know.
I think.
All right, well, the fact that wasn't a no makes me believe yes.
Yeah, your dad seems like he's a really bad dad. And I would know because, not to brag, I have a really great dad.
Yeah, also, he sent a dude after you, and that's not something parents normally do.
That's very cagey whenever we try to talk to him.
Yeah. Hey, dude, I'm sitting on. How come you're sent to collect Timothy?
Yeah, why are you attacking 14-year-olds? That seems pretty rough. I poke him.
Yeah, also, what kind of person for hire attacks children? I need more information.
I think he is not saying anything anymore.
I'm going to try to force him to talk with intimidation.
I don't have proficiency in intimidation, but I'm like holding my hand up, like preparing to cast Shocking Grasp and just being like, listen, I am not in a good mood right now. It is not an emotion that I am used to dealing with. So the faster we do this and I can go back to bed, the better.
But we don't need to.
So I'm going to pull my knife out and say, all right, are you going to answer my questions? And that's a 7.
And as the ice melts.
Old person.
Before the ice melts, I have rope. We could try to like tie his hands and his legs together.
I already said I was grappling him. He would have to break out of my grapple as well.
Oh my gosh. Trixie shoot.
And if he's still struggling and also not answering my questions and trying to get away from me, I'm probably just going to stab him.
So remember, he is wounded.
I know.
He is.
Yeah, he's still non-lethally.
He's still struggling.
All right, I stab him.
Okay.
Let it be known, I am also an enemy engaged within 5 feet of him.
That is that's a 12 to hit.
He has been rolling around a little bit and manages to not get hit as your knife bounces off his armor.
Okay, well then I'm going to go for my offhand dagger. And that's an 18 to hit.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Okay.
18 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's not struggling.
Forever?
No, he's unconscious.
Is he like in death saves area?
Oh, were you doing this lethally, Roswell, or have you chosen
Yeah,
non-lethal
absolutely.
damage?
I was trying to cut his throat.
Oh God.
And you would think that that's would be what would happen, but as he's laying there unconscious, he does not seem to be dying.
I would like to check around his neck to see if he has a pendant of wound closure.
As you check around, you just see him lying in like a puddle of water.
Oh, now the fountain water wants to work. Thanks, fountain water. Selectively choosing to heal assassins, but not my dad. I angrily splashed.
Does he have anything on him that indicates like who he's aligned with or like what his motives are? If he has like, if he's in it for money or.
Give me an investigation check.
What am I going to use? I'm going to use investigation. 6.
6. Cool. You see a little insignia that looks familiar, but you don't know where you've seen it.
I hold it up and I show it to the rest of the group. Does anybody recognize this?
Do we or can we?
History.
What is wrong with me?
12.
Are Glimmer and Roswell rolling?
Yeah, I'm having technical
trouble.
issues. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, do the thing. There we go. 17.
It it is the same symbol as the Carl has one bit of flare that he has, which is a symbol of the council.
Oh, I know. We may have caused a diplomatic situation.
Well, if this is their diplomacy, it's bad.
Might I suggest I talk this out with everybody so we can do this in a non-lethal way?
I wasn't going to kill him. I was going to cut his throat and then lay on hands and heal him for 1 point of damage. Ask him my question again. If he didn't answer, do it again. I mean, I could keep going.
Yeah, Roswell and I were going to do some torture.
Yeah, he can experience death multiple times if I'm trying to interrogate him until he gives me what I'm looking for.
These people don't necessarily respond to intimidation well, as I found out with Carl. I had a conversation with him earlier tonight and figured out a way for him to break down those preconceived notions of control. It's going to be a very slow process, and people need time. Timothy, I do understand now if you don't want to go back to your father, and I'm more than happy to talk some sense into him and give him a piece of my mind now that I know he's done this. But it is your decision, and I will not make it for you.
He says, I am done with him.
All right, I will talk to him and let him know that he has damaged his own relationship with his son. And you are your own person now. I would encourage you, though, maybe your mother would want to live in the woods.
I mean, I don't think living in the woods is the answer. If you don't want to be associated with your father, you shouldn't have to live like a homeless beggar. Like, you should still be able to have a house, and he should be able to, and he should leave you alone. And if he doesn't understand that, then we make him understand that.
Get rid of him.
Child abuse is not There's a zero tolerance policy.
No, I'm aware of that. I just don't think it's wise for us to murder somebody that sits on a council that chooses Bimini's spokesperson. I mean,
But
And I-
counter argument. I don't think Panini, what's her name? Panini would want terrible people choosing her council members. I think Panini's a great, wonderful archfey, and she should be associated with great, wonderful people, not Timothy's dad, because he seems like a jerk. I think we would be doing all of Vesipisara a great deal of kindness were he not to be here anymore. And I think that's a redeeming act.
I don't
And-
think we have the right to be making those kinds of decisions for a village that we don't live in.
Nonsense. We can always make things better.
well,
Our idea of better might not be their idea of better.
thank
Well,
you,
we have
Glimmer.
not polled the populace yet to find out how people feel about what's your last name? I turn to Timothy. I poke him. What's your last name?
Sneakheart.
I don't think Mr. Sneakheart speaks for everyone on the council. I think he got elected through some shady dealings with shady people.
I think we don't know everything that's happened. All I know is that we came here after a lot of other things have happened and there's a history in this town. I don't think it's a smart idea. I would pose we talk to Janice before we do anything else. And
You're
Timothy,
right.
Janice doesn't
You're
like
right.
him.
We should negotiate and tolerate with people who abuse a child so bad that he has to force himself to live into the woods under the elements.
I'm with Roswell.
you know what? I'm not advocating for it. I'm not saying he isn't a piece of shit. I fully think that he is. I just think there's a tactful way to do this that destroys him and makes it a little bit worse than death.
It destroys him and then he has to live with it. Is that not worse?
No, it's not worse because he's still around to hurt people.
Yeah, not if he continues.
But if you take away his ability to hurt people.
All right, well,
Guys
cut off
like
his
this
arms.
never lose their abilities to hurt people. They'll always have them.
All right, well,
Yeah, do you think that while he's still alive, Timothy's going to be able to go back home? Or is he going to have to keep living in the woods?
Well, if Timothy doesn't have to live in the woods, we can send what's his face away. We can send Carl away, far away. He can be
Meaning-
banished, can he not?
And he could always come back.
Well, if
the
you're
meaning
banished,
controls
usually
who can go in and out of this domain. If this is truly what he's doing, then look, you do
At
what
this
you
point,
want.
The assassin is or not really assassin. The sneak is starting to stir a little bit.
Oh, good. I slap him in the face a little bit because I'm still on top of him.
What?
Are you going to answer my questions now? Because we got a bunch of them.
Someone has been disturbing the fountain. We think it's Timothy.
It isn't.
Why do you think it's Timothy?
He's the only one we can't account for.
What, and nothing else exists in this realm except for the people that you can count? You just decide to accuse a child because you don't like that he does his own thing from time to time? You realize how insane that sounds, yes?
You know what?
Um,
On second thought, I'm in favor of a little bit of murder. Maybe not.
And
I don't think
as-
that's fair.
As Glimmer's saying that, Timothy is kind of sticking a water skin deeper in his pocket.
Look, you are part of the council, are you not?
I'm not.
Or you
offici-
just
I'm
hired?
not. I'm not on the council, but I'm a part of the group. Yes.
Right,
Special
then
council assassin.
No, the
Oh,
council
great.
that
We found the
chooses-
sanitations worker of the council.
Actually, a very funny
The
joke, Roswell.
sanitations are a revered group of individuals. This person is just the piece of shit.
Also
Well, no,
very
I
good
mean
point.
like sanitations and the shady dealing sense where they get rid of
Clean things
problems.
up.
Yeah,
Alright.
clean things up.
So, by the sounds of it, this is a misunderstanding, though the issues with Mr. Shadeheart go a little bit deeper than beyond just this. I think we should all go to Janice because she is the one actually talking to Bimini, and that would make things a lot easier and simpler to understand. We can arbitrate this and we can figure it out.
Are we still stuck at the part where Janice only interprets vague signs, or Panini, or I don't think we haven't
She's the
found her yet.
closest thing to this town's leader that I think we will find. We can't trust Mr. Shadeheart or any of the other council members to be a neutral party in this endeavor, therefore it should go to Janice.
What do we do about this guy? And I nudge him with my foot.
We take him to Janice.
Right. I say we tie him up, unless he's willing to sit. Actually,
I think we tie him up anyway.
good point. We're gonna tie you up. We're all gonna go back to town in the morning, sort this whole mess out. Timothy, you may have to come with us, though you can stay hidden in the woods for a time until one of us comes and gets you.
Hey, what were you doing in town that first day we found you?
Well, I've been having a hard time growing actual food. Bimini's pretty good at making it in the town, so I was getting some of that.
Great. So not only is he living outside in the elements, but he's starving.
Have you been feeding my dad with trash can food?
Not trash can food.
I'm just checking.
You throw too many fresh stuff out anyway. Trash can food's a valid way of eating.
I'm sure it is. I'm just worried about what weird germs are in it.
I mean, your dad's an evil wizard or something. I'm sure he's fine.
My dad's a sorcerer.
Shall
you
we
and
take
you and I
shifts?
said the same thing.
Shall
I
we
don't
take
think those are the
shifts
same thing.
and watch this guy so we can go to bed? I am ready for bed. I am annoyed. I do not like this guy. I wish to get rid of him as soon as possible.
Right.
Cool. So yeah, you guys pile back on the pillows. And Timothy does have a stash of non-perishable foods plus slightly old bread and spotted like bananas and things.
I'm gonna have Lemon Drop wrap himself around this guy's neck as he sleeps, and as a fairy dragon, he's got that wicked stinger on the end of his tail, and it's always just kind of up around his neck. He's not a valid watch system, but you know.
I think we
He's
should
like-
keep watch. Maybe.
Okay, but yeah, you guys do that. It's actually relatively quiet. Here, Timothy has made it so it's difficult to find him, so normal creatures can't just wander in. You have to be led, or find the path that he has. So it's fairly quiet. You're able to keep the sneak under wraps, and you get a long rest. So it is now morning. Oh, what would you guys like to do?
Is the dude still there?
Yeah, you guys were, when you're doing your watches, somebody was watching you at all times. So yes, he's still
Okay.
there.
All right. We need
All
to
right.
find a way to bring. We need to find a way to transport Vanilly's father. I don't know, Roswell, would you be able to carry him back into town?
Yep, let's start our death march. Come on.
All right, I'll walk alongside this man here, Timothy. Just let us sort this out. We can get everything neutral, and when you're ready, one of us will come and get you, and we can sort this whole mess out.
Okay.
Can the dude walk, or do I have to carry him?
Vanilly's dad can't walk.
Oh wait, who am I carrying?
Vanilly's dad, I think.
Oh,
he
okay,
can't
that's
walk.
fine.
Yeah.
I thought you meant the dude that we were
No,
interrogating.
Zenus will lead him.
Before you do that, I'm going to tie a rope around his ankle, just one, and then I'm going to give the other end to Zenus. So if he tries to run, all you have to do is yank.
I'm sure he can be persuaded to sort out everything that's going on in a reasonable manner, can't you, sir?
Yeah, because nobody in this town's ever run from us.
And have successfully got away twice.
Zenus just lets out the very exasperated dad sigh of like, okay, might as well. Let's just... And he starts walking towards Waterdrop Village.
And I put Vanilly's dad on my back like a piggyback, and I'm just going to start carrying him. But the entire time, I'm going to be asking him questions about his relations with the horse. I'll be like, so Vanilly's mom is a horse. What's up with that?
I already told you where babies come from, Roswell. Jeez.
I don't trust you.
Vanilly's mom gave me Vanilly.
Oh, so you're not like her biological dad.
No.
That makes sense because she's not a dwarf. All right, you know what? All of my answers.
Also,
have been...
every time you move, so piggyback is like he's on your back holding around legs. Yes.
Well, where is he hurt? Well, like, what part of his leg is hurt?
His basically hip to like shin.
Oh, so like the whole
So
leg?
every time you move, he's like ow, 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 ow.
I would offer my dad Lord Lemondrop's Euphoria breath, that he could choose to fail the wisdom save just to like take the pain off of it.
Yeah,
It only
get your dad high.
it only lasts for a minute, but it has a 1/3 charge of a 1/3 chance of recharging.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically makes him move in a random direction, but I would say it's Euphoria breath. It's like close to painkiller as we could get.
Yeah.
Laughing gas.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or he could just be carried a different way.
I mean, I'm not really sure of a way that you can carry him that his leg isn't going to be hurt.
You don't want to bridal carry my dad?
I mean, I'm still grabbing his leg at that point.
Well, you could be holding it. You don't want to touch his butt. We could figure something out.
Anyways, you guys.
Can I make a medicine roll to figure out the best way to hold someone who's injured and explain it to Roswell?
Well, we can build a skid for him. We lay out branches, make a little bed.
Eventually, you make it back to town. Timothy did seem a little apprehensive of leaving because, as I think he mentioned to Glimmer and Zenus the first time, he's concerned that the reason that Vesipisara is dying is Vanilly's dad. But he allows you to leave. And yeah, eventually, you make it back to Waterdrop Village.
Timothy stayed behind, right?
Timothy stayed behind, yes.
Okay.
Zenus is immediately... Well, first, he goes to Janice first. He wants to find Janice.
And she is talking to two very animated rabbit folk, ladies who say, and you hear as you're coming up, they were gone when we woke up in the morning.
Sorry to interrupt, Janice. Is this a bad time?
Maybe, depends. What can I do for you?
I need you to arbitrate something.
Also, does your town have an experienced healer knowledgeable in curses, perhaps?
Well, I mean, that's what people come here to see Bimini for.
But you don't have any, like, real healers?
Bimini heals people. That's what she does. That's what they do.
How do we get an appointment?
Well, you have to find them.
See, that's not helpful for people who are cursed, like cursed, you know?
And she kind of looks at Glimmer and Roswell.
Yes.
I mean, Siri Yustava, they can find Bimini.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Suri and Yastavo, I will try not to get sidetracked. However, what are these runes?
She kind of looks at them.
Will they help us find Bimini?
I don't think so.
Ah.
It looks like something that can... She's kind of looking at it really close. And you see her kind of push her foot into the ground. And she watches the water flow off of it. That's not legible on this plane.
On this plane?
Yes.
So we have to wait till we get back to the material plane to read it? That seems an odd thing to put on weapons from the Feywild.
Well, for Guardians of Bimini, it seems doubly weird. Any hoodle. Okay, so the runes won't help us with Bimini, but Suri and Yastava are good at finding Bimini. So I guess we shall address that in a moment.
All right. Can you call together the council? There's a bigger issue going on, and I think we're starting to put pieces together, and they're all tying back to one Carl Shadeheart.
Sneakheart. Yes.
Sneakheart.
Mm-hmm.
We need to speak with Mr. Sneakers, if you could.
It doesn't have to be the full council, but I figure if the full council is involved with this, they need to hear it as well.
She says, the council doesn't really do much once the hand is picked.
Do you have
we can
police?
get them together.
What's the judicial system here?
Yes. Judge, jury, and executioner, perhaps.
You have a child protective services set up.
Because if not, it seems you might need one. I think that there's 3 missing children in town now. That's a little odd.
She's kind of looking at Zenus because, but she goes, well, the two, I know where those two are. It's just a matter of talking to Auntie Sally.
Oh.
Auntie Sally. Okay. Right. I can deal with the Carl situation, and I can talk to him about that. I just need I need to speak with you at a different time, it sounds like. Because I think we're starting to put together some clues.
She goes, maybe you guys can help me with this. I can round up the council. I just need you to go talk to Auntie
Well-
Sally and
The council may be a bit
And-
biased, right?
They are, but I need to talk to each and every one of them to make sure we all have an understanding.
Are they all named Carl?
No. She says this will take me a bit of time. Some of the council are out. Though I think one of them's returning soon. She kind of sniffs the air. Yeah, they're coming. While I gather them, if you guys could go find Tirsa and Bakail, you'll
Bless
find
you.
them in she goes, you'll find them in Auntie Sally's hut. Don't be too alarmed by its shape. She's an interesting person.
Again, do you have any healers in this town I could leave my dad with?
She says, I mean, yes.
Could you point me in the direction of your healers, please?
And she indicates a water drop that has like red and white swirls.
Toothpaste. Roswell, will you come with me to drop my dad off at the healers? Because you're holding my dad.
Sure. Also, do you have a prison we can put this man in?
Why does he need to be in prison?
Because he tried to abduct a child. I'm sure you could see the severity in that crime.
Cat
She
can.
says- she says that's not really something we do here.
Well, it sounds like you should, because there's a bunch of kids missing and a bunch of kids running away from home because of how bad things are.
She goes, I can put him in this, and she indicates this clear water drop that's doesn't have anything in it. We can just put him in there for now. I don't know. This is weird. We don't.
All right. Why don't Zenus will turn to this guy that he's just been dragging around and just said, "Look, I need you to never, and I mean never, go after Timothy again, no matter how many times Carl asks you or anybody else asks you. You are not to interact with him or do any of that bidding ever again. You are never to abduct any other child, no matter what anybody is paying you. Do you understand me? Make me a
Fine.
promise.
Fine.
Say you promise. You know what happens when you break a promise to a fae.
I mean, this guy's face.
I promise.
Oh.
What's this other guy look like, by the way? Is he also a rabbit folk, or is he?
Yeah, he is a rabbit folk. He's got like mottled white or gray and black fur.
Right.
With splashes of red.
Yep.
Because
Those
the
are
blood.
new.
Zenus nods, turns to Janice, and just says, I think the problem is solved here. However, sir, you also need to come with me. We need to have a conversation with Carl.
I can't believe me, the thief of the party, is so adamant about the judicial system and crime and punishment here.
But you're a
Zenus is-
paladin now. You have to be
Yeah.
worried about that kind of stuff. That's paladin rules.
No, that's only some paladin rules.
Yeah, well, you're a paladin of protecting your friends, right? I mean, you gotta watch out for
my
small
friends.
Yeah. And
That's it.
you're friends with the kids, so kids are important to you. We've worked
Yes.
it all out. Angry
The
old
more-
goat men, not the biggest fan of children.
The more you know.
Zenus just looks down at Vanilly and just says, "It's really just you."
Well, we've seen from your other interactions with children, so it's not just me.
What other interactions are you referring to? My lovely friendship with Timothy, who I do not shoot?
Okay.
Oh, dang, he got you there.
I never said I was friends with Timothy. And you
No.
said we should let his dad live, who's been abusing him and just sent an assassin after him. And
He
you said,
isn't an
let him
assassin.
live.
He's trying to bring him back. His father is trying to
So his
control him,
father
which
can
isn't working.
assassinate him. Listen,
No.
if
Damn,
they
she
don't
got
have
you
a
there.
He's not going
jail,
to kill his own
that
child. That
means
is
no, you don't know
Vanilly,
that. If
you
they
are
don't
not-
have a
you are
jail
confused
here,
with
that
Dr.
means
John
what do they
conclusions, which
do
you
with
do not know
troublemakers? They
anything
kill him.
of.
He
You
found
are
them, he
nothing.
tries them guilty. I don't know their judicial system, but if they don't have a
Okay.
prison, he's just gonna murder him.
And scene. Okay. So where is he going?
I want to go talk to Carl, and I want to bring this guy.
Okay.
And I just want to... I'm just going to knock on the door.
Carl Pinkington.
Sneak art. And
Mr. Snickers.
I think Carl answers the door.
Zenus
Oh,
just
yeah.
has the deepest disappointed look on his face as he just hands the rope tied to this guy's ankle over to him.
I sent him up before our talk.
Wonderful. You had no way of contacting him.
Nope.
Great. Well, this is going to be a brief conversation then. I believe you have a change of heart and that we can talk through it. However, you have completely voided the trust that whatever your son had left. So he won't come to talk to you about any of this. And you know what? I greatly apologize that you could not do right by him. You have, I don't know what you have done, but my friends really think it goes beyond just being a horrible father. And I'll let whatever interpretation you want to take from that stand.
Trixie, you're not helping the scene. Sorry.
I need you to... I don't even know what I need you to do.
So fuck off.
Probably that.
I need you to die. Knife.
Look, your son does not trust you. He does not want to talk to you. You have created this own issue because you cannot relinquish control over other people. Do you understand me here?
So you weren't able to bring him back.
That is
That-
entirely my point.
That's the only thing you got from all of that? That's the only thing you picked up on.
You are responsible for your own actions and the consequences thereof.
It's a good thing Roswell's not there.
I'm requesting that the council be brought together so that we can get to the bottom of this mess. Because it seems to me that all of you believe that your own son is the one causing issues at the fountain, which is patently untrue, something that the Hand of Bimini has requested for us to handle ourselves. You are meddling in Bimini's business, no matter how pure your intentions are, which those are kind of causing me concern to begin with. I need you to understand what position you're in right now and what you have gotten yourself into. You have very few allies and very, very few options here. And better yet, I don't even think Bimini would want to deal with this. I don't think you're a bad man. I think you've made poor choices. It's up to you to redeem yourself.
You just see his lips getting thinner and thinner. Fur starting to like bristle a little bit. If Janice wants to pull the council together, we will discuss then. Thank you. Goodbye. And he like turns and closes the door.
Zenus just bites his lip and knows that a threat probably would only put everybody in a worse situation. So he'll just leave it at his pointed comments. And go apologize for not allowing Roswell and Vanilly to murder, because he certainly wants to give in to that temptation right now.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, and as you go back, Janice has been talking to the rest of the group. So yeah, Auntie Sally and Auntie Olga live out, and she gestures in a direction. It's not a far walk. Bimini can lead you there. They like to pull little pranks. But does it? Yes.
Are you withholding information from us, Janice? Because I've been very sick of your surprises. I would like to know beforehand if there's anything important. Please.
She says, well, they look a lot scarier than they are.
Well, are they going to hurt us? Or are they going to hurt the kids? Because if we didn't know this, we might have attacked them. And that could have been bad. Are these people bad, Janice?
She goes, they've never hurt anyone before. Though normally it's not an overnight thing. So this is weird. Something might be up. I don't know.
Her intuition is uncanny.
She says, apparently, they had a little, tussle with the queen at one point.
The queen?
Yes, her, that we don't say her name.
Oh.
And Bimini allowed them to come here. Though honestly, it gets kind of annoying. They like to make a little bit of a mess sometimes. So not sure. Like I said, normally the pranks they pull don't involve children leaving their house in the middle of the night. I know where they are. We just need to go get them. But if I'm collecting the council, if you guys could do it, that'd be great.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. So, I think at this point, Zenus comes back. Well, what would you guys like to do?
We talked to the healers. Those said they'll help my dad manage his pain, but there's nothing they can actually do for him.
Oh, that is a shame.
That is the update on my dad.
I didn't get far with Carl, but he agreed that the council will talk about it. If things go south, I think I don't want to kill just to kill.
I
We're
agree.
Not killing just to kill. We're killing to protect people.
I was going to say, this might be for the greater good, but I would like it to be resolved in a non-violent way if possible, but not always, that isn't always possible. And I'm sorry, Vanilly and Roswell.
You also want to kill him.
I do.
I can tell.
And I'm still convinced there's a misunderstanding, at least with this part. I don't know how this all adds together, but there has to be some commonality between everything. If things are happening in a weird way, Janice is able to communicate, or at least interpret the signs of Bimini. Otherwise, the hand of Bimini doesn't exist, but she's out of her league because of the council's machinations, or just... I think there are more issues. Things are not just black and white. And I don't know why, but I do agree that things are pretty black and white between why Carl is behaving the way he is and what that means for Timothy.
Apology accepted.
Sounds like we have to go deal with Auntie Sally and Auntie Olga. Was that the other?
Mm-hmm.
What shouldn't be a fight, but it might. Maybe.
That
Yeah, I'm
seems
finding
like-
it exceedingly hard to reason with people who are completely unreasonable.
Yeah, there's a lot of that around here.
There is. It's wearing on me too, but
And you're these are your people.
I know it's easier to deal with it. It's easier to deal with it when there isn't some cataclysmic event going on.
Was it easier to deal with it before coming to the material plane?
I think I was more in practice then to the Fae. The material plane has spoiled me in the arts of logic and reason. Feywild is very emotional, and what works in the material plane in terms of threats doesn't necessarily work on the Fae. The Fae see a threat as a challenge.
I like when things make sense. I like order and reason.
Yeah, and that isn't always what happens here,
My
unfortunately.
experience with emotions has not been great.
Nope.
Oh, hey, but on the flip side, if we do end up killing the council, it's not like they're going to do anything to us. They don't even have a prison.
That's what makes me nervous. I don't
Well-
think murder is our answer in a world that does not have prisons.
The,
I mean,
the,
prisons
the
shouldn't
village-
exist in the first place. I'm just throwing that out as a fake creature.
the,
There's a reason
the
they don't
village
exist.
may not take action against us, but the archfey who runs it might.
And that is the other thing. We can't just murder without, no matter how just opposition seems, we're kind of at the mercy of Bimini.
She'd get
Well,
it.
we haven't really talked to Bimini, and we don't really know what she's like or what she's about. So we can't really tell if she knows what's happening in the village or if she's okay with it. I'm gonna hold out hope that she wouldn't be okay with it if she knew.
Yeah, if she's the archfey of child abuse, like, maybe we should set our sights a little bit higher when it comes to murder. Just saying.
Let's not discuss that out in the open.
I don't
Maybe.
care. I'll fight her. I don't believe in what I can't see in, and I haven't
Roswell's
seen
gonna
her,
be the
so-
new archfey of this realm, and all children will be protected.
Okay, so as you
This
guys
is-
are having this conversation, are you heading towards? Okay, Yeah, as you're walking, you see the water start piling or pooling around your feet, and then sort of flowing in a direction.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, Zenus will follow it.
Cool. So you follow the flow until you come to this place on our lovely map.
Yes, this is great. Awesome.
Yes,
I totally want to be
go.
here.
Now see what Janice meant.
Did say don't be alarmed.
I
is
like
fine.
it. It is an aesthetic choice, and I am here for it.
I am very alarmed. I trust Janice as far as I could throw her, and I've got a -3 to strength.
And as you walk up to this giant, imposing skull, that is where we're going to end for the evening. But first, Bimini flows through their domain like a wave across the shore, listening for essence of altruistic desires transcending through time and planes. A father wishing the best for his daughter, looking for trinkets and toys to share before being beset by an unknown foe. A captain of a ship, distraught over losing a shipmate and a friend, does her best to save the others as waves careen into the boat, damaging the hull as lightning strikes the mast. An Eladrin with cherry blossom hair spies a creature in distress and goes to aid it. But it was a trick, a lie that went too far, and as they lay injured, water enveloped them. Water enveloped the crew. Water enveloped him. Bimini flows through their domain like a wave across the shore, finding altruistic desires transcending through time and planes. And that is what we have for this evening.
Vanilly stole my dad!
Thank you so much for watching. We greatly appreciate you. Hit that follow if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are so inclined. We will be back here next Monday for episode 8. And maybe things will start happening. Who knows? It's mystery. Have a great rest of your evening. And we hope to see you back here very, very soon.